So I'm just going to jump straight into my 5 things that I learned watching Manchester United play Arsenal in match week 1. One, the new signings were fantastic. I thought that Mbumo and Cunha both showed exactly the floor level ability that they can raise, and they were really good. Mbumo tired towards the end. I thought Cunha definitely looked like he's been in the plans and has been in the side longer with Amorim. And I even thought Sesko in his 30-minute cameo was actually really good and had more involvement than Højlund did all of last season in 30 minutes. So that's good to know. 2, the goalkeeping crisis continues. Bindier's awful. Look, they had 2 shots, and one of them, I don't even know how to explain it anymore. Like, whether it was a foul or not, he thinks he got fouled. Like, he's got to be doing better there. Set pieces have been costing United for way too long, so that sucks. 3, I have depth. I thought that Mount was good in the match. We also saw United bring Ahmed off the bench, and like Dalot played. Like, there's going to be minutes to go around, and so if things aren't clicking, even guys like Xerxes and Manu didn't get minutes today, which isn't it's not the worst thing to me. So United have some depth now, which last season they didn't. 4, Amorim's system starting to actually play out. There's a directness and a style of play that you can actually see, and he's starting to mold the team. Whether that's good or bad, we will find out. But there's something going on there. And then 5, reason to be positive, and we can just jump kind of straight into the recap of the game because there's actually reasons to be positive about this United result, even though it was a loss and that sucks. And I hate losing, even when it's a good moral loss. And United are going to have those this season. So I'm done speaking. One of you guys take it away.
Keep going.
No, I got nothing left in the tank.
Yeah, I thought I was shocked for one. Usually Arsenal on the other end of this, where they're the better performing team that can't put away their chances, they lose 1-0. They were on the complete other end. I watched this whole game with Facundo, which was very enjoyable for me. He was screaming the entire game at the screen. He was very frustrated with the performance, which I understand. I thought they were really bad, but again, this is what we talked about with Arsenal's floor. They're so good defensively, and they could just shut a team out. But I do think United were really positive. They exploited the weaknesses in Arsenal. And again, to be fair, there aren't very many, but every time they won the ball, that Mbumo outball was there every time because both fullbacks were getting forward. Zubamendi was dropping in between the center backs to build. And as soon as they lost the ball, that outball was on. And you saw Cunha driving through players, especially when Sesko came on. He was able to drop back, and you really saw what he can do in between the lines. But I thought there was a lot to be positive about with Man United. They looked much better than I thought they would. I think the team overall, just looking at it, I think most of these guys performed really well. I think a big adjustment that Amorim made that is starting to pay off is that sort of 4-4-2 shape when they press. It just gives them a lot more fluidity, and they were just having issues with that extra man kind of in between the lines and build up. So that kind of mitigates that to an extent. And then again, that natural back four most of Dalot, Yoro, De Ligt, Shaw. So there's a lot to work with. You're starting to see a lot more of the foundations. He had a preseason to implement some things, and you are seeing something different. As much as I love making fun of Arsenal, I do think it's a bit harsh to pick out any particular players only because it was just a horrible team performance. The team as a whole was very bad, and I think you could point out a bunch of different players. So I'm sure I'll give Mila the stage. I feel like that's a good transition. He might have a few players to pick out, but I think all things considered, it was just a bad team performance. They got the 1-0. Go put 5 past leads and then prepare for Anfield. That's really where their head should be at. Take the 3 points, move. But what did you see, Mila?
I'll start with Arsenal, I guess. I said it after or during the transfer window. I'm not moved. I'm not scared. It's the same team to me. Nothing's changed. And I think you can go back to how highly I rate Raya in our top 5 goalies. And
He
what
was
I was saying
fantastic.
last season too, where without Raya, they're probably not even title contenders or in the conversation of title contenders because he's just that good. He keeps them in the game. United play that game against any other team in the league, they win that game. Is what I think. They had the chances, and Raya made some great saves to keep them in the game. And this is a United team that is just like it. I think individually they all played great.
They look good, yeah.
Outside of like Ugarte, maybe.
He brought the
Uh,
level all the way back down.
Awful cameo.
That was
but
shocking.
in terms of the team play, I think there's a lot of room for growth there. I think there were times where Mbuemo and Cunha would make great moves to get the ball into the final third, make a move in the final third, and then it would be more so like, oh, this is my debut for Manchester United. Let me go get this goal, rather than just kind of finding an easier pass to the next guy. That will come though. I'm not worried about that, and that's their competitors also. They both want that goal, so that'll come with it. Like once they adapt to each
They'll
other.
settle.
Yeah, exactly. I think you covered a lot of what they're doing really well right now, but in terms of just the players themselves, I think there was a lot to be happy about for United and a lot to be concerned about with Arsenal.